Hey, welcome back. It's been a little quiet on the channel, but we're back here, and I've got an update that I wanted to share with you as we continue to try to make this 21 TRXS Triton faster.
This ain't no regular thing. I came for the ring, you know what I mean.
All right, so we're back with updates. I'm going to call this update 2.5 for trying to make this Triton faster. And I'm doing that because I haven't really made any changes to the setup itself or anything else on the boat, but I did find out some new information. Here's what happened. So it actually led to earlier in the summer, James was running his boat up the Columbia River and ended up throwing a blade off of his Fury prop. So I took mine off of my boat, took it up to him and got him running again. And he came back, and when he gave it back to me, he said that his boat was 5 miles an hour slower running my prop than it was running his prop. And they're both 23 pitch Furies, 3 blades. So they're the same prop, but mine made his boat 5 miles an hour slower. So we're thinking there might be something going on with that prop. The other piece that I figured out about this was one day when I was out just fishing for fun and running up and down the river, I hooked up the vessel view that I'd purchased for this boat a couple of years ago, and I found out that my tachometer has been reading low by about 300 to 400 RPM. So while it's reporting that the gauge is reporting that I'm running about 58 to 5900, the computer is actually showing that I'm running 6200. So as it turns out, if it's a combination of the prop and the fact that it's not working correctly, it's possible that this boat would have been made faster just by replacing the prop and not even adding the wedges. But the wedges are on. I'm not going to take them back off at this point. When I get a chance to go through and get a new prop and test out a couple of them, I will let you know a little bit more about how that affects the performance of the boat. I will say that with the way that it's set up now, I've been playing with the jack plate a lot. It does, I am getting more bow rides out of the boat for sure. It does make it a little bit more difficult to drive, but I think that's pretty typical for a Triton boat. So I just have to drive it more than I used to have to, but that's because that front end is actually finally coming out of the water. And I think if we just get a bigger pitch prop, I think that speed is going to be there for sure. I did run it up and down the river one night. I was getting about 70.5 miles an hour, but they were probably just running more current that day. But it did feel pretty good to get the boat out and get it moving pretty quick. So that's an update on this. I appreciate you guys hanging in there with us. I know we haven't had a lot of content out there. I did try to get a tournament filmed back in July. That was up on Lake Roosevelt. The cameras were overheating, and I tried a different arrangement and didn't get one plugged in. It was just kind of a mess, and I didn't get the fish caught fast enough to actually make a decent quality content video. And other than that, I did fish the BAM Pro-Am, but I did that as a co-angler. I didn't have the setup ready to just take a chest mount camera with me and kind of show you that. And I did do the observer program with the BAM Super 60 as well. That was kind of a fun experience, but I wasn't going to take a GoPro on the boat and show off what a pro was doing and show that. That's all for them to put on their social media, and they'll take care of that. So anyway, that's what's been up. My kids are getting into soccer season. Probably not going to get out in very many tournaments. There were 3 that I wanted to participate in, but I think that the soccer schedule and having to chase the girls around the state with that is probably going to take over the rest of the summer. So hopefully we're going to be able to still find some time to go out and fun fish, and hopefully we'll be able to get you guys some content here coming up pretty soon. With that, we're going to wrap this one up, and we'll see you over on the next one.